Hey folks, I'm Adrian.
And I'm Bob.
And we're the Georgia Property Brothers. We are so excited to bring you this right here. This is the very first Flowery Branch housing market report. It's going to tell an accurate, honest story. Because let's face it, there's a lot of news out there, and they're not always telling us what we need to hear. They're telling us what they want us to hear.
The numbers that we have looked at comparably to the last 2 years has decreased significantly.
Now, this is new listings added to MLS.
Yes, sir.
And what that tells us is that there's less homes being put on the market compared to last year. In fact, 25.4% less. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is active homes for sale. You're going to see an actual increase in that. Despite the MLS recording fewer homes added, we see a 96.5%. We went from 57 homes for sale last year at this time period to 112 homes on the market right now active.
All right. Despite the active homes that are currently listed being higher in comparison to the last 2 years, these graphs show that there is a decrease in the amount of homes being sold currently.
So let's review real quick. Less listings being added to the MLS, right?
Right.
More active listings sitting on the MLS.
Right.
And less homes by 51.8% actually selling from the MLS. All right, the next thing we're going to examine is average days on market. This is how many days it takes for a house to actually sell. And what you're going to see is that that number right now is 55 days. Now, when we compare that to last year at the same time, it was only 20 days. This is a 175% increase. Now, here's the deal. Again, I know this data points to, oh my gosh, the sky might be falling. But here's the reality. This isn't, in my opinion, quite pointing to the sky is falling as much as it is pointing to a correction back to a balanced market where it's not in real heavy favor of any one party, buyer or seller, right? 20 days on market average, that's not normal. That was artificially created by the pandemic and by all the craziness and super low interest rates and all of those type of things. So 55 days is actually pretty normal, isn't it?
It's typically what you would expect when it comes to listing a home and actually getting it to the closing table. Next up on this report, we have our month's supply of inventory. And what that typically means when it comes to real estate is how long it would take to sell all of the current homes on the market and just literally clear out the market with 0 homes available.
So in 2.2 months, if we didn't list one more home starting right now, every listing would be sold based on current rates, right?
Yeah.
And we'd have nothing left to sell in 2.2 months. That's right. And here's the deal, guys. And you'll see this in the report, a balanced market, a healthy balanced market where it's not heavily in favor of buyers or sellers is actually 6 months of inventory. So at 2.2 months, even though it's a dramatic increase from the year before, we're actually seeing that we're still pretty strongly in favor of sellers at this moment.
Yeah.
All right, so this next one right now, showings per listing. Now this is telling us how many showings on average each listing out there is getting. Last year was 14.7 showings per listing. This year, only 6.5 showings per listing. That's a decrease of 55.8%. So there's less showings happening on less listings.
It shows that less people are viewing the homes, even though we have more inventory available. Well, the next data that we're going to focus on is the amount of showings before a house actually does go under contract. The trends are showing that buyers are making purchase decisions much faster with less competition in the market.
So I think that's probably one of the good things that came out of the crazy pandemic market is that it did get a lot of consumers to be able to mentally commit faster.
Yep.
Right? So they're actually seeing less homes and they're making commitments faster and they're putting homes under contract quicker because I think they've been conditioned to, oh my gosh, I don't want to lose this property and I don't want someone else to have the chance, which has always been the thing in real estate, right? The old saying goes, if you sleep on it, you might not be sleeping in it. And this is 100% showing that consumer behavior has finally gotten to that point where they're going, hey, if you want it, you like it, it fits your needs, you got to make an offer. You got to go quick. Because if you don't, you're going to let this guy come in and he might take it from you. All right, folks, this one is super interesting, and this tells a totally accurate story of where we are today in the market compared to the craziness that we experienced for the last couple of years. This one is average percent of the sold price versus original list price. Last year at this time, if you listed a house for, we'll use easy numbers, $100,000, you were getting 101.7%. So you were listing at 100,000, but you were getting 102,000 as your average sale price. This year, if you list that house at 100,000, you're getting 96.2%. So you're actually getting only $96,000 on that $100,000 house. So it shows us that with the rise in inventory and the slightly reduced buyer demand, a change in consumer and buyer behavior, sellers have to be more accommodating. They have to be more flexible. So as a seller, you've got to keep this in mind. There has to be a super strong competitive pricing strategy. That's number one. That's going to be your number one tool, right?
Yes.
And then when offers start rolling in, you got to keep an open mind.
Yes.
I've always been a believer. There's no such thing as a bad offer, right? Because even if it's super low, you can't blame them for trying.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're going to come in, we're going to negotiate, we're going to do all the things we're going to do to help get that offer to where it's acceptable to you. However, we have to let go of this notion that 50 people are going to send us 50 offers and they're all going to be over asking. Those days are behind us. Those days are gone. And this data right here, 100% proves that. So this one is super, super strong. We got to know this. And as sellers, you have to understand that if you're entering the market today, this is the game that we're playing. These are the new rules of the market of today.
All right, the next category we're going to be talking about right now is going to be the average sale price. And the average price of a home has still considerably increased, regardless of the fact that there's a potential shift towards a buyer's market.
Now look, in 2022, we saw a 12.3% jump over 2021. That is crazy abnormal. This year, we've already seen a 9.5% jump over last year. So the news media, they'd like to scare you and tell you that your home values are gonna plummet by 30%. Now, in some areas of the country, that might be true.
Yes.
But we're looking at Flowery Branch, Georgia right now. And in Flowery Branch, Georgia, right now, as it stands, real market data pulled straight from the MLS, y'all have gained 9.5% so far this year over the same time period last year. So here's how we're gonna wrap this up. Are less homes being listed?
Yes.
They are, right? Down 25%. Active homes for sale are up, almost 100%.
Almost, yep.
Right? What about total homes sold?
I mean, we're almost at the negative 50 mark here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is low, yes.
Down 50%. Average days on market, month supply, both
Up.
went up 175%. Oddly enough, I had to double check that number like 3 times to see they were both up 175%. Showings per listings and showings before they go under contract,
We are almost down 50% on that one as well. 55.
down. So less showings, less, but they're making decisions quicker.
Much faster, so it's more of a rapid fire, yes.
That's right. Average price sold versus original list price,
We're down 5.5%.
we're a little decreased there, but all that means is that we just have to negotiate, right? People are no longer offering their firstborn just to get a house.
Yeah, that's
which
important.
is a good thing.
That's very important.
That's
yes.
a very good thing. And an average sale price, which is the king, right? That's the thing that everybody cares about.
We're up 9.5%.
Almost 10%.
Yeah, you're making more money still.
Yeah. I had actually a seller ask me this question not too long ago. He said, when's the best time to list the house? Y'all know my answer? You know my answer? Do you know my answer?
No.
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 When do you want to move? Because
Yes.
here's what's going to happen. It's already March. April, May, June, competition's going to go through the roof. So we're going to see some changes here.
These numbers
Right.
are going to alter very quickly in the next few months.
There will be more buyers.
Yes, there will.
But there will be a lot more sellers. So right now is a great time. If you guys want to get your home value, you want to start there, click the link in this page, wherever you found this, and let us start with that, right? We'll get them a home value report.
Yes.
If you're really serious about getting your house on the market sometime in the next 6 months, they should really let us do a real market analysis. Come take a tour of the house, look at it, give you our expert opinion. And folks, I'm telling y'all, we treat everybody like family, don't we?
We do. You become part of the Georgia Property Brothers.
That's right, we make them an honorary bro.
And now, bro, yeah.
You become an honorary Georgia Property bro. Okay, male, female, you're a bro when you're with us, all right? You're one of
Yeah.
us. So click the link, let us know if you're interested in selling. Thank you so much for watching this whole thing. Download this report, share it with your friends and family in Flowery Branch, and also download the other reports. We've got some other cool things on there, don't we?
A lot of great material out there for y'all to learn from.
Yeah, y'all stay tuned. We're going to do this report every single month moving forward. I want y'all to stay on top of it because your home value is typically your #1 wealth determiner in most American households. So stay tuned. More great information coming soon.
Bye, guys.